So once again, a blessed Sunday to everybody. Allow me to continue my reflection for today's Sunday teaching. So indeed, what technology has offered to us today is indeed a gift. Could you imagine when we compare ourselves before, the kind of appliances and gadgets do we have compared to what we have today? So that's why with all these amenities that technology is offering us today, there is but one thing to thank God and be glorified by this invention or this creation. So nevertheless, when we talk about postmodernism, how grateful we are because today we are closely connected to the world. We are online with one another. We have access to website and we can choose any information through surfing the internet. And the most important today, we can cross boundaries by simply sitting on a chair before your computer. But one thing we need to know, that technology today, the amenities that postmodernism are offering us today are not all blessings for us. So they could be a kind of curse for our humanity. Yes, indeed, we are connected today very closely indeed. But the problem is, it created also a kind of disconnection. So disconnection from God, disconnection from the church, disconnection even from our community, disconnection in a family, and disconnection in a home setting. So why is this so? Because it created a kind of values attitude that hampers the growth in man's spirituality and search for God. So yes, technology creates a vacuum. The world is desperately searching for meaning. So that is one area of mission that we need to answer today and to respond. So what are these negative elements that influence our people today, especially the young? First, we call it economic materialism. Second, secularism. The third, relativism. And the fourth, we call it today the e-revolution. What does it mean for us? Allow me to explain economic materialism and what kind of attitude and values they are offering us today. First, the culture of consumerism, the culture of materialism, the culture of vanities, meaning people today have this compassion and compulsion to say, I want to buy this, I want to have this, I want to look more beautiful today. If you live in Singapore, they say that we are conditioned by the culture of tourism. You are not successful in life if you are not fully loaded. During my visit in Singapore, they told me that to be a successful person, you need to have these 9 C's in life. The first, cash. Second, condominium. Then car, college degree, career, computer internet connection, cell phone, credit card, and country club membership. So the more you have them, the better you become. So that's why people would find security in material possession than in God. They are never generous today because they are afraid they may end up empty. Especially for the greedy. The more we have, the more secure we become. But the problem is, how much is enough to say that I'm happy with my life? How much is enough where we can say that I can live happily ever after? So that is the culture of economic materialism. So to be empty in life, not to possess all these amenities that the world is offering us today, would mean a sign of failure. And that could be very dangerous. Second, the culture of secularism. Because of the culture of postmodernism in a secular context, people become so independent and autonomous. People would say, I can live by myself. I am the captain of my body. I am the captain of my soul. So there is no need for God. So God is dead. Second, there is no need of going to the church. What is the church offering to me? Nothing, but simply those words from the Bible. But I can live without the Bible, so I don't need the church. So like God, the church is dead to me. The third, what is religion after all? It is like a commercial entity or institution. It talks nothing but about money, collection, donation, contribution, love offering. So that's why science and technology take over. If God is dead, the church is dead, and no need for religion. And many times, science and technology gadget become the surrogate parents of children. It has created a kind of world new mindset. We call it the culture of graphic. What I see is what I want to become. So could you imagine how influential are the billboards today that condition the mind of the viewer? For example, if you put the picture of St. Peter and Paul, do you think young people today will get attracted? You put in a billboard the face of St. John Marie Vianney, the patron saint of the diocesan priest. Do you think it will attract people? So celebrities, rich and famous faces, they are the ones that attract people today. And so they say, what I see is what I want to become. Second, the culture of uncentered pluralism. It means too many choices that makes the people so drained up choosing what to buy. So what will be their priorities and what will be their choices. Imagine just a simple shampoo. You have all the choices. If you buy a cell phone today, you get crazy choosing which one do I need, what model, what brand. If you think about rubber shoes, what particular shoes do I make? So in other words, it does not give you peace, but stress out the person who make the choice. So which one is the best? The third, the culture of inclusion, which means I need to be in, especially in the world of fashion. So why are young people today wear the things which for many are no longer within the area of modesty? Why do they wear very short pants or any kind of attire that could be sexually provocative? They do not care about this. All they want to say, I want to be in. I want to be fashionable. I want to be not to be left behind. I don't want to be called antique. The culture of desolation, the need to be recognized, the need to be affirmed. So sometimes we wonder why before, in the academic years, they only have first honor, to third honor. But today, every school, especially nursery, kindergarten, elementary, they're offering all kinds of honor, the best in, the most, and all the rest, because that is the culture of today. The need to be recognized and the need to be affirmed. And even worse, we call it the culture of virtual reality. So what do you mean by virtual reality? Fake seems to look like true, like plastic or artificial, which means what is not real seems to be real, and the real seems not to be real. So which one is plastic and which one is true? That is a culture of virtuality. That is why in video game, this is very evident among young people today playing virtual games to the internet. So in other words, all this concern today are confounded into one important question. What do we in the church today are doing to help in doing mission in the urban setting? So what particular tools are we using to be able to answer the demand of doing mission in the urban setting? So we need to know that everybody is called for a mission. Everybody should participate in the mission. We have all the responsibility to bring people to God, to bring the good news to others, and the most important is that the Word of God and the teaching of the church should be clearly understood by our people today. And so when we talk about the third negative element, we call it relativism. We say that R.S. Bill jeopardizes man's choice or right choice, but relativism is even worse because it brings to a kind of decision that one's opinion is the law. So no more referral to the absolute truth. So absolute truth is God. So absolute truth is the norm. We are safeguarded to the teaching of the church. But when a person will say, what I believe is the truth, in Tagalog they say, kung ano ang nasa isip mo, yun ang dapat gawin mo. So that's why in the culture of relativism, how does young people today react to this? So you have beautiful slogan that could be deceiving. It says, express yourself, just do it. So be yourself, obey your thirst. Could you imagine these words if our young people today will listen and believe in it? So express yourself. If you love one another, then do premarital sex. Believe in what you think. If you think abortion is right for you, then just do it. So obey your thirst. Even though you're a married person, if you need to have a kind of fling towards other women, obey your thirst. Could you imagine if there is no more referral to the moral law? If there is no longer referral to the absolute truth that the church teaches us, then we could be in chaos from the context of moral issues. So, dear friends, so allow me to make again another break after 2 minutes. And so, I end with this.